The best part about discovering your wife is cheating isn't the betrayal. It's realizing you've been married to an amateur. I'm sitting in my Honda Civic outside Lush Lounge at 2:47 p.m. on a Tuesday, watching my wife Kendra kiss some muscle-bound Instagram model like she's auditioning for a soap opera. The irony? She told me she was at a brand strategy meeting. Before we dive deeper into the story, I have one small request. Please subscribe, drop a like, comment, and hit that hype button to boost this channel so more people can discover these incredible Reddit stories. I'm Evan Lorne, 32 years old, financial planner for middle-class dreamers who think a 401k will save them from mediocrity. My wife is Kendra Pike Lorne, though lately she's been dropping the hyphen from her social media handles. She's 29, a freelance makeup artist turned influencer, and apparently a freelance wife too. The muscle-bound moron is Troy Maddox, fitness model and brand partner who's been appearing in Kendra's Instagram stories with suspicious frequency. Right now, he's got his hands on her ass like he owns real estate there. My phone buzzes. Text from my best friend Jared. Bro, you seeing this? I type back, front row seats to the shit show. Jared works security at Lush. He's the one who tipped me off with grainy surveillance footage that looked like a low-budget porno trailer. Your wife's here with some campaign, he'd said, and it's definitely not selling marriage counseling. I watch Kendra adjust her hair, that practice move she does when she knows cameras are watching, except the only camera here is mine, and she doesn't know I exist anymore. Not in her carefully curated world where I've been photoshopped out like a bad filter. The signs were obvious in hindsight. Late-night shoots that required overnight stays. Mysterious Venmo payments labeled collaboration fees. The way she'd angle her phone away from me during FaceTime calls, like I was some stalker instead of her husband of 3 years. But the real kicker? Last week, I found our wedding photos in the recycling bin. Not hidden, not stored away, thrown out like expired coupons. When I asked about it, she said she was rebranding her aesthetic and needed cleaner visual storytelling. I should be furious. I should storm in there and make a scene. Instead, I'm calculating. 3 years of marriage to a financial planner teaches you things about revenge. The best payback isn't emotional, it's methodical. My phone buzzes again. Jared. What's the play, man? I watch Troy's hands wander south again. Kendra giggles like a teenager, not a woman who shares a mortgage with someone else. Patience, I type. I'm going to feed the wolf. Jared sends back a confused emoji. The wolf is something my grandfather used to talk about. Every man's got a wolf inside, he'd say. Most people starve it their whole lives, trying to be civilized, but sometimes you gotta feed the wolf. I start my car and drive home to our condo. Well, my condo now, since I'm the only one whose name is on the deed. Kendra never bothered with the paperwork side of our life together, too busy building her brand. Our place is a study in Instagram-ready minimalism. White walls, succulents that cost more than my car payment, and a kitchen island that's never seen actual cooking. Everything is positioned for optimal lighting and camera angles. Even our dog Baxter, a rescue mutt with anxiety issues, has been relegated to off-camera areas because he doesn't fit the aesthetic. I pour myself a beer, one of the craft IPAs Kendra bought for content creation, but never drinks, and start planning. The beauty of being married to an influencer is that their entire life is documented. Every lie, every contradiction, every moment of hypocrisy is preserved in high-definition digital evidence. I open my laptop and start screenshotting. Kendra's Instagram story from this morning. Coffee date with my girls. Posted 2 hours before, I watched her tongue wrestle Troy in public. Her recent posts tell a story of gradual erasure. Photos that used to include me have been replaced with solo shots or carefully cropped versions where I've been edited out. Our anniversary dinner from last month? Now it's just a picture of her salad with the caption, "Treating myself because I deserve it." The financial records are even more interesting. Our joint account shows payments to TM Consulting, Troy's LLC, for brand collaboration services. Apparently, adultery has become a business expense. My phone rings. Kendra. Hey, baby, she says, voice bright with practiced enthusiasm. How's your day going? Enlightening, I say. Learn something new every day. That's great. Listen, I'm going to be late tonight. Troy and I are working on this amazing campaign for a new supplement company. It's going to be huge for my brand. I bet it is. How's the chemistry between you two? For the campaign, I mean? There's a pause. What do you mean? Just wondering if you have good on-camera chemistry. That's important for brand partnerships, right? Oh yeah, totally. We work really well together. Very natural. I almost laugh. Natural. That's one word for it. Anyway, don't wait up. This might go late. No problem. I'll probably be up anyway. Got some research to do. After she hangs up, I spend the next 3 hours building my case. Screenshots, bank records, timestamps, location data, everything organized in a folder labeled evidence. By the time I'm done, I have enough material to destroy her credibility with surgical precision. The plan starts tomorrow. The next morning, I wake up alone. Kendra's side of the bed is undisturbed, her phone charger still plugged into the wall. She's getting sloppy with her lies. I check her Instagram. Posted 4 hours ago, a selfie in Troy's bathroom mirror. I know it's his bathroom because I've done my homework. The man posts enough shirtless mirror pics to wallpaper a gym. The caption reads, "Late night grind pays off." Authentic. That's rich. I get dressed and head to work, but my mind is already 3 steps ahead. The first phase of my plan is simple: cut off her financial oxygen. Kendra has never worked a traditional job. Her income comes from brand partnerships, sponsored posts, and the occasional makeup gig for local influencers. But her real funding source? Me. My salary pays the mortgage, utilities, car payment, and the credit cards she uses for her business expenses. At lunch, I drive to our bank and have a conversation with Janet, our account manager. She's a middle-aged woman who's helped us with everything from our mortgage to Kendra's business account setup. I need to make some changes to our joint accounts, I tell her. Of course, Mr. Lorne. What can I help you with? I want to remove my wife's access to our primary checking and savings accounts, and I need to cancel the credit cards where she's an authorized user. Janet's smile falters slightly. Is everything all right? These are pretty significant changes. Let's just say I'm reassessing our financial strategy. My wife has been making some questionable business decisions lately. The paperwork takes an hour. By the time I'm done, Kendra's access to our money is completely severed. Her debit cards will start declining by tomorrow morning. Phase 2 happens that evening. Kendra comes home around 9 p.m., glowing with post-workout endorphins and what I assume is post-Troy satisfaction. "Hey, babe," she says, kissing my cheek with lips that taste like guilt and protein powder. "How was your day?" "Productive. Made some big changes at work." "How was your workout?" "Amazing. Troy really knows how to push me to my limits." I bet he does. We settle into our usual evening routine. Kendra sets up her ring light and films her nighttime skincare routine while I pretend to watch TV. She's in full performance mode, talking to her phone like it's her best friend. So today was incredible, you guys. I'm working on some really exciting projects that I can't wait to share with you. It's all about authentic partnerships and finding people who really understand your vision, you know? I watch her perform the charade and feel something cold settle in my chest. Not anger, something sharper. Clarity. After she goes to bed, I start phase 3. I create anonymous accounts on the gossip forums where influencers get discussed and dissected, places like Guru Gossiper and GoMai, where people share screenshots and analyze the authenticity of social media personalities. I upload the photos I've collected: Kendra and Troy at the coffee shop, Kendra and Troy at the gym, Kendra and Troy at 3 different restaurants over the past 2 weeks. All time-stamped, all cross-referenced with her social media posts claiming to be elsewhere. The thread title, "Local Influencer Living Double Life." I don't editorialize. I just present the evidence and let the internet do what it does best: tear apart someone's carefully constructed image. By morning, the thread has 47 comments and counting. Kendra's first card declines at Starbucks. I know this because she calls me at 8:23 a.m., voice tight with embarrassment. "Evan, there's something wrong with my card. Can you call the bank?" "What kind of wrong?" "It's saying insufficient funds, but that's impossible. We just got paid last week." That is weird. Maybe there's a fraud alert? I'll look into it. I'm sitting in my office, pretending to be concerned while watching her location on Find My Friends. She's still at the Starbucks, probably trying different cards. "Can you Venmo me some cash for coffee? I have that meeting with the skincare brand in an hour." "Sure thing. How much do you need?" "Just like $50 for coffee and parking." I send her $20. That should cover coffee. "Walk to your meeting. Exercise is good for content." There's a pause. $20? "Evan, parking downtown is $15. "Then I guess you better make that coffee last." I hang up before she can respond. My phone immediately starts buzzing with texts. What the hell is going on? Why are you being weird? Call me back now. This isn't funny. I turn my phone face down and get back to work. Real work, not the performance art Kendra calls a career. Around noon, Jared texts me. "Dude, your wife is here. She looks pissed." I check Kendra's location. She's at Lush Lounge, probably crying to Troy about her mysterious money problems. Good. Let him comfort her. Let him offer to pay for things. Let him realize what it costs to maintain a woman whose entire identity is built on spending money she doesn't earn. That evening, Kendra comes home with the energy of a cornered animal. "We need to talk," she says, dropping her purse on the kitchen island with more force than necessary. "About what?" "About why all our credit cards are maxed out and our bank accounts are frozen." I look up from my laptop with practiced confusion. "Frozen? That doesn't sound right." "Don't play dumb with me, Evan. I know you did something." "I made some adjustments to our financial strategy. We were spending too much on unnecessary things." "Unnecessary things? You mean my business?" "Is that what we're calling it?" Her face flushes red. "What's that supposed to mean?" "It means I've been tracking our expenses, and I'm having trouble categorizing some of your recent business expenditures, like the $300 dinner at that steakhouse last Tuesday. Who was that meeting with again?" She hesitates for just a moment too long. "A potential sponsor. It was a working dinner." "Right. And the hotel room you expensed last Thursday? Another working dinner?" "I told you, that was for a shoot that ran late. It was easier to stay downtown than drive home." I open my laptop and turn it toward her. On the screen is a Google Maps timeline showing her location data from last Thursday. She was at Troy's apartment from 8 p.m. to 7 a.m. "Funny thing about location services," I say. "They're very accurate." Kendra stares at the screen, her mouth opening and closing like a fish out of water. "You've been tracking me?" "I've been tracking our expenses. The location data is just a bonus feature." She slams the laptop shut. "You have no right to spy on me." "I have every right to know where my money is going, especially when it's funding your extracurricular activities." "Extracurricular activities? What are you talking about?" I stand up and walk to the kitchen, pulling a beer from the refrigerator. "You know, Kendra, the funny thing about being married to someone in social media is that your whole life is documented. Every lie, every contradiction, every moment you think no one is watching. I don't know what you're implying. I'm not implying anything. I'm stating facts. Fact 1. You've been lying about your whereabouts for weeks. Fact 2. You've been using our money to fund dates with another man. Fact 3. You've been systematically erasing me from your social media presence while building a narrative about being single." She's quiet now, calculating her next move. "And fact 4, I continue, you threw away our wedding photos last week because they didn't fit your new aesthetic." "Evan, I'm not finished. See, the thing about wolves is that they're patient hunters. They watch, they wait, they learn their prey's patterns. And then, when the moment is right, they strike." "What are you talking about?" I smile and take a sip of my beer. "I'm talking about feeding the wolf, Kendra, and he's been very hungry lately." The next morning, Kendra's world starts crumbling in earnest. It begins with an email from her biggest sponsor, a skincare company called Glow Naturals. They're dropping her from their upcoming campaign due to inconsistencies in brand representation. She shows me the email over breakfast, her hands shaking slightly. "I don't understand," she says. "My engagement rates are higher than ever. My content is performing really well." "What kind of inconsistencies?" I ask, feigning concern while buttering my toast. "They won't say. Just something about misrepresentation of relationship status and a violation of authenticity standards." I nod thoughtfully. "That's weird. Did you disclose all your partnerships correctly?" "Of course I did. I'm not an amateur." "But she is an amateur. That's the problem. She's been so focused on building her image that she forgot about the fine print. The contract with Glow Naturals specifically requires their ambassadors to disclose any major life changes that might affect their brand representation. Getting divorced or cheating on your husband definitely qualifies. I may have sent them some screenshots of her recent social media activity, along with a few questions about their due diligence process. As a concerned citizen, of course. "I'm sure it's just a misunderstanding," I tell her. "These things happen in business." My phone buzzes with a text from Jared. "Holy shit, did you see the forum thread about Kendra? It's blowing up." I excuse myself to the bathroom and check the gossip site. The thread about Kendra now has 347 comments and has been viewed over 15,000 times. Someone posted screenshots of her contradictory social media posts. Another user identified Troy and linked to his Instagram. A third person found public records showing that Kendra is still married, despite her recent single girl content. The comments are brutal. Another fake influencer caught lying about her life for content. Imagine being so desperate for engagement that you fake being single while married. Her husband probably has no idea. Someone should tell him. Plot twist. What if her husband already knows, and this is his revenge? That last comment makes me smile. I return to the kitchen where Kendra is frantically typing on her phone. Everything okay? I ask. There's some weird thread about me online. People are posting pictures and making up stories. What kind of stories? Stupid gossip about me and Troy, like we're dating or something. Are you? The question hangs in the air like smoke. Kendra looks up from her phone, eyes wide. What? Are you dating Troy? Of course not. He's a business partner. We're working on campaigns together. So all those photos of you two together are just business meetings? Yes. God, Evan, why are you being so paranoid lately? I sit down across from her and fold my hands on the table. Kendra, I've been a financial planner for 8 years. My job is to spot inconsistencies in people's stories, and your story has more holes than a golf course. I don't know what you're talking about. Then let me be more specific. You've been lying to me for weeks about where you go, who you're with, and what you're doing. You've been using our money to fund what appears to be a relationship with another man. You've been systematically removing evidence of our marriage from your social media while building a narrative about being single. And now you're sitting here, looking me in the eye, and continuing to lie. Her face cycles through emotions like a slot machine. Anger, fear, defiance, guilt. It's not what you think, she finally says. Then tell me what it is. Troy and I, we have a connection. A professional connection. But maybe it's become something more. I didn't plan for it to happen. When did it start? A few weeks ago. Maybe a month. Try 3 months. I have receipts, Kendra. Literal receipts. She's quiet for a long moment. What do you want me to say? She asks finally. I want you to tell me the truth. All of it. She takes a deep breath. Fine. Yes, I've been seeing Troy. Yes, I've been lying to you about it. But it's not just about him. It's about me. About who I am and what I want. And what do you want? I want to be free. I want to build my brand without worrying about how it affects someone else. I want to create content that's authentic to who I am now, not who I was 3 years ago when we got married. So I'm holding you back? Yes. No. It's complicated. It's really not. You wanted to cheat without consequences. You wanted to keep the financial security of being married while having the freedom of being single. You wanted to have your cake and eat it too. That's exactly what it is. But here's the thing, Kendra. Actions have consequences, and you're about to learn what those look like. The consequences start small and build like an avalanche. First, Troy's modeling agency drops him. Apparently, his contract has a morality clause about conduct detrimental to the agency's reputation. Getting involved with a married woman while representing family-friendly brands qualifies as detrimental. Kendra finds out when Troy calls her, screaming about how their relationship has cost him his biggest client. She takes the call in our bedroom, but I can hear every word through the thin walls. This is your fault, he yells. You said you were getting divorced. I am getting divorced. It's just taking longer than expected. Well, it's too late now. Peterson Sports just pulled my contract. That was $60,000, Kendra. We'll figure something out. Maybe we can work together on something independent. With what money? You can't even afford coffee without asking your husband for cash. The line goes silent. Kendra emerges from the bedroom looking like she's been hit by a truck. Everything okay? I ask from the couch, not looking up from my book. Troy's agency dropped him. That's unfortunate. Why? Something about his contract. I don't really understand the details. I do. I understand them perfectly because I'm the one who sent the agency a carefully worded email about their client's recent activities. Along with documentation, of course. Maybe he should have read the fine print, I say. That afternoon, while Kendra is at the gym, actually at the gym this time, according to her location, I execute phase 4 of my plan. I drive to our local courthouse and file for legal separation. Not divorce yet, just separation. It's a strategic move that protects my assets while putting Kendra in a precarious legal position. I also file a small claim suit for $8,000 worth of photography equipment, ring lights, and other business gear I bought for Kendra's influencer career. According to my receipts, these were loans for her business venture, not gifts. And since she's been using them to create content for what is essentially a fraudulent personal brand, I want them back. The legal papers will be served to her tomorrow at her favorite brunch spot. I may have mentioned to the process server that she'll be there at 11 a.m. for her weekly content creation session with her girlfriends. That evening, I cooked dinner for the first time in weeks. Nothing fancy, just pasta and marinara sauce. But I set the table with our good dishes and open a bottle of wine. Kendra comes home to find me plating the food. "What's all this?" she asks suspiciously. "Dinner. We should talk." She sits down across from me, eyeing the wine like it might be poisoned. "Talk about what?" "About our future. About what happens next." "Okay." I pour myself a glass of wine, but leave hers empty. "I've been thinking about what you said yesterday, about wanting to be free, about building your authentic brand." And I think you're right. You should be free to be who you really are." She looks confused. "What does that mean?" "It means I'm going to help you become authentically single." "Evan, no, hear me out. You've been living this double life, trying to be married and single at the same time. It's exhausting, right? All that lying, all that sneaking around. Wouldn't it be easier to just pick one?" "I never meant for things to get so complicated." "But they did get complicated, and now we need to uncomplicate them." I reach into my jacket pocket and pull out a manila envelope. "What's that?" "Your freedom, legal separation papers. I filed them this afternoon." Her face goes white. "You did what?" "I'm setting you free, Kendra. Isn't that what you wanted?" "Not like this. I wanted us to talk about it, to figure things out together." "We did talk about it. You talked to me with your actions. 3 months of lying, cheating, and stealing. That was a very clear conversation." She reaches for the wine bottle with shaking hands. "You might want to pace yourself," I say. "You have a big day tomorrow." "What do you mean?" "Well, you're going to be served with some additional paperwork. Nothing too serious, just a small claim suit for the equipment I bought for your business." "You're suing me?" "I'm recovering my investment. There's a difference." "Evan, please. We can work this out. I'll end things with Troy. We can go to counseling." "It's too late for that." "It's not too late. We can fix this." I stand up and start clearing the dishes. "You know what the funny thing is, Kendra? You're right that you should be authentic, but your authentic self isn't the empowered, independent woman you've been pretending to be online. Your authentic self is someone who lies, cheats, and uses people. And now the whole world gets to see that authenticity." "What are you talking about?" "Check your mentions." She grabs her phone and opens Instagram. Her face goes through a series of expressions as she scrolls through the comments on her recent posts. "Who did this?" she whispers. "Did what? I thought you wanted authentic engagement with your audience." The comments are brutal but fair. People calling her out for the lies, posting screenshots of her contradictory content, asking pointed questions about her marriage status. "This is harassment." "No, this is accountability. There's a difference." She throws her phone across the room. It hits the wall and cracks. "You did this. You ruined everything." "I didn't ruin anything, Kendra. I just stopped paying for the lie." The next morning, Kendra gets served with legal papers while filming a Sunday brunch vibes video with her friends Maddie and Shireen at their usual spot, Cafe Luna. I know this because Maddie posts the whole thing on her Instagram story, apparently thinking it's hilarious content. The video shows a process server approaching their table just as Kendra is talking about manifesting positive energy and new opportunities. "Kendra Pike Lorne?" the server asks. "It's just Pike now," Kendra says automatically, then realizes her mistake as her friends exchange glances. "I have some documents for you." The look on Kendra's face when she realizes what's happening is priceless. Maddie keeps filming even as Kendra tries to grab the phone. "Stop recording," Kendra hisses. But it's too late. The video is already posted. Within hours, the clip is making rounds on the gossip forums. Someone screen records it and posts it with the caption, "Influencer gets served legal papers while filming content about positive vibes." The irony is not lost on the internet. That afternoon, Kendra comes home in full crisis mode. "You humiliated me in public," she screams as soon as she walks through the door. "I didn't humiliate you. Your friend Maddie did that when she posted the video. You orchestrated the whole thing. I filed legal paperwork. Where you chose to be when it was served is not my responsibility." She throws the separation papers at me. $8,000? For equipment you bought me as gifts? "I have receipts showing they were business loans. My lawyer says I have a strong case." "Your lawyer? When did you get a lawyer?" "About the same time you got a boyfriend." She sinks into the couch, head in her hands. "This is insane. You're destroying my entire life over a mistake." "A mistake? Kendra, you've been living a double life for months. You've been stealing money from our joint account to fund dates with another man. You've been lying to your sponsors, your audience, and your husband. That's not a mistake. That's a pattern of fraud." "I never meant to hurt anyone." "You just meant to hurt me." She looks up with tears in her eyes. "I never meant to hurt you either. Things just got complicated." "No, things got simple. You wanted something else, and instead of being honest about it, you decided to take what you wanted while keeping what you had. That's called having your cake and eating it too. So what happens now? Now you get to be authentically single. Isn't that what you wanted? Not like this. There's no other way, Kendra. You can't build an authentic brand on a foundation of lies. My phone buzzes with a text from Jared. Dude, have you seen the new forum thread? Someone leaked DMs between Kendra and Troy. It's nuclear. I check the gossip site. Sure enough, there's a new thread titled Receipts. Local influencers' affair exposed in detail. Someone has posted screenshots of text conversations between Kendra and Troy, including explicit messages and photos. I scroll through the evidence with growing amazement. These aren't messages I leaked. I never had access to their private conversations. Someone else is feeding information to the forum. The messages are damning. Kendra and Troy discussing how to hide their relationship, making fun of me for being clueless, planning elaborate lies about their whereabouts. There's even a conversation where Kendra talks about waiting until she has enough followers to leave me and become financially independent. You might want to see this, I tell Kendra, showing her my phone. She reads for a moment before her face goes pale. How did they get these? I have no idea, but someone really wants the world to know who you really are. She scrolls through the messages, her expression shifting from shock to horror to rage. Only Troy and I had access to these conversations. So either he leaked them, or... She trails off, staring at the screen. Or what? Or someone else has been reading our messages. A thought occurs to me. Kendra, who else knows your Instagram password? No one. Just me and... She stops. And who? Shireen. I gave it to her so she could help manage my account when I was busy. Shireen, your best friend who was at brunch with you today? The one who was suspiciously quiet while Maddie filmed you getting served? Kendra's eyes widen as the pieces fall into place. That snake... The betrayal by Shireen hits Kendra harder than anything I've done. Finding out that her closest friend has been systematically documenting and leaking her private conversations breaks something inside her. She's been planning this for months, Kendra says, scrolling through the forum thread with morbid fascination. Look at the timestamps. She's been feeding them information since the beginning. I read over her shoulder. The leaked messages go back 3 months, starting right around the time Kendra's relationship with Troy began. Someone has been very patient, very thorough, and very strategic about collecting evidence. Why would she do this? Kendra asks. Check her Instagram. Kendra pulls up Shireen's profile. In the past 24 hours, Shireen has gained over 2,000 followers. Her recent posts are subtle but pointed. Inspirational quotes about toxic friendships, selfies with captions about choosing authenticity over popularity, and a new bio that reads, Living my truth, one post at a time. She's using my drama to build her own following, Kendra realizes. Looks like you're not the only one who knows how to monetize relationships. Kendra's phone starts buzzing with notifications. Comments, DMs, tags, and stories. The internet has latched onto her scandal like a dog with a bone. I need to do damage control, she says, frantically typing. What kind of damage control? I don't know. A statement, an apology, something to explain my side. And what is your side? She pauses, fingers hovering over her phone screen. I don't know. That's the problem, Kendra. You've been lying for so long, you don't remember what the truth looks like. She throws her phone onto the coffee table and stands up. I'm going to Troy's. At least he understands what I'm going through. Good luck with that. What's that supposed to mean? Check the forum. Troy's been doing damage control of his own. She picks up her phone and scrolls to the latest posts. Someone has screenshotted Troy's Instagram story from an hour ago. It's a long, rambling statement about toxic relationships and being manipulated by someone who wasn't honest about their situation. In Troy's version of events, he's the victim. He claims he thought Kendra was separated, that she lied to him about her marriage status, and that he's devastated to learn the truth about her deception. He's throwing me under the bus, Kendra whispers. Welcome to the world of authentic relationships. She reads the rest of Troy's statement, which includes an apology to his fans and sponsors for getting involved with someone who misrepresented their relationship status. He's positioning himself as the innocent party who was deceived by a manipulative married woman. This is unbelievable. He's making it sound like I seduced him or something. Didn't you? We seduced each other. It was mutual. But he's single, and you're married. In the court of public opinion, that makes you the villain. Kendra sinks back onto the couch, defeated. So what now? Everyone hates me, my sponsors are dropping me, my best friend betrayed me, and my boyfriend is pretending he barely knows me. Now you get to find out who you really are when you're not performing for an audience. And who do you think that is? I look at her sitting there, makeup smeared, designer clothes wrinkled, carefully constructed image crumbling around her. I honestly don't know, Kendra, and I don't think you do either. That night, Kendra packs a bag and leaves. She doesn't say where she's going, just that she needs space to figure things out. I don't try to stop her. After she's gone, I sit on the couch with Baxter and open a beer. The condo feels different without her constant ring light setup and the sound of her talking to her phone. Quieter, more honest. My phone buzzes with a text from Jared. Heard Kendra left. You okay, man? Better than okay, I type back. The wolf is fed. 2 weeks later, I'm sitting in the same spot where this all started, my car outside Lush Lounge. But this time, I'm not here to spy on my wife. I'm here to meet Jared for drinks and celebrate the finalization of my legal separation. The paperwork went through without a contest. Kendra signed everything without a fight, probably because her lawyer explained how much worse things could get if we went to trial. The equipment lawsuit was settled out of court. She agreed to return everything rather than pay the $8,000. Her influencer career is effectively over. She lost 3 major sponsors, her follower count dropped by 60%, and the gossip forum thread about her has become a case study in influencer accountability. She's become a cautionary tale about the dangers of living your life for social media validation. Troy managed to salvage his career by throwing her completely under the bus. His "I was deceived by a manipulative married woman" narrative played well with his audience, and he's already back to posting shirtless gym selfies like nothing happened. Shireen parlayed the drama into a modest influencer career of her own. She's positioned herself as the friend who tried to help Kendra see the truth and now posts content about toxic friendship red flags and choosing authenticity. It's cynical, but effective. As for me, I'm doing better than I have in months. The condo is mine, my finances are stable, and I'm sleeping better than I have since this whole mess started. My phone rings. It's Kendra. "Hi," she says quietly. "Hi. I wanted to call and, I don't know, apologize, I guess." "Okay. I know I messed everything up. I know I hurt you, and I'm sorry. I appreciate that. Is there any chance we could try again? Maybe go to counseling or something?" I watch people walking in and out of the lounge, living their authentic, unfiltered lives. "No, Kendra, I don't think so." "Why not?" "Because you're not sorry you did it. You're sorry you got caught." There's a long pause. "That's not true." "Isn't it? If Shireen hadn't leaked those messages, if the gossip forum hadn't picked up the story, if your sponsors hadn't dropped you, would you have ended things with Troy? Would you have come clean to me?" Another pause. "I don't know." "I do. You would have kept living the double life until you figured out how to leave me without losing anything. You would have kept taking my money to fund your relationship with him. You would have kept lying to everyone, including yourself. Maybe you're right, but people can change. Some people can. But you'd have to want to change, and I don't think you do. I think you want to go back to the way things were before you got caught. So that's it? 3 years of marriage and you're just done?" "I was done the day I found our wedding photos in the trash, Kendra. Everything since then has just been paperwork." I hang up and turn off my phone. Jared comes out of the lounge and gets in the passenger seat. "Ready to celebrate?" he asks. "More than ready." As we drive away, I think about wolves again. My grandfather was right. Most people spend their lives starving the wolf, trying to be civilized, trying to be nice, trying to avoid conflict. But sometimes, being nice just enables people to take advantage of you. Sometimes, being civilized means letting people walk all over you. Sometimes, avoiding conflict means avoiding the truth. Sometimes you have to feed the wolf. And when you do, when you stop apologizing for taking up space and start demanding the respect you deserve, amazing things happen. People show you who they really are. Liars get exposed, cheaters face consequences, and you discover that you're stronger than you thought you were. The best part about discovering your wife is cheating isn't the betrayal, it's realizing you don't need her anymore. Kendra wanted to be authentically single, mission accomplished. As for me, I'm authentically free.